Welcome everybody. It's Thursday at 1:30 and we're at Lubrication Specialties headquarters in Mount Gilead, Ohio. We're here for the Hot Shot Secret Facebook live.
Which number?
Number 50. This is our 50th episode.
So it's a special episode.
It is.
We made it to 50. And you know what? A couple weeks ago I was going through our YouTube and I saw our first episode. You should go back and watch it.
Is it funny?
It's pretty funny. We've come a long way.
That's what happens. We get better at these things. So
we do.
That's what we do at LSI. We just keep learning.
So this 50th episode is really kind of dedicated to you guys out there, where we're not going to really focus on a specific product for the day, but it's really kind of a thank you to our fans, our customers, and all that. So off the top, we want to encourage you to feel free to ask your questions. We'll still answer product questions. We'll go through all that good stuff, but we want to hear about your product experience, maybe how you heard about Hot Shot Secret, maybe the first time you used it. We want your Hot Shot story. So post that below. Let us know how you heard about us or your experience with the product, and we want to kind of focus on you.
Yes, we do. And now we're dual streaming. We're live on YouTube and Facebook.
We are?
That's what it says. So Levi pulled off a technological miracle and was able to get that done.
It only took us 50 episodes.
That's okay. As always, be sure to like and share the video with everybody, especially this episode, because there's a surprise in store.
There is.
A surprise that I don't even know what it is. That's how surprising it will be.
I do. I know about it.
Now, Kyle's working his magic. Okay, so we will be answering questions, so start bringing those through so we could get ready for them. And we're going to recap what's going on here at LSI headquarters, the Hot Shot Secret headquarters this week. We're going to kick off our customer appreciation initiative. And again, be sure to watch till the end of the video to see what we're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So what's going on here at Hot Shot Secret this week?
Let's see. So web announcements. The mystery boxes we talked about last week were an absolute hit. They are stacked up out there. As a matter of fact, we sold out of them twice and had to keep reordering stuff for them. So thanks for everybody who purchased a mystery box. It was kind of a fun thing we did, and we apologize for people that are still waiting on theirs because there was such a backlog in them that all of them are going out today. So if you've ordered one, it's shipping today.
We'll have them Monday.
Yeah, at least before then. So
maybe Saturday. We have Saturday delivery. And
yeah,
Sunday delivery.
And Sunday delivery now too.
Yep. Yeah, that's the
we
FedEx
just found that out.
in here.
So if you're getting a FedEx delivery, you might even get it Sundays. So if you ordered a mystery box, go online, leave a review of our new product, do an unboxing video, have fun with it. Those are really popular now. People do an unboxing, so we'd love to. We've seen a couple of them already. Go ahead and post that. We'd love to and tag us in it. Another big surprise for the web. That's coming. We're going to announce that at the end of the episode here. And we got a new article up on the website and the Facebook page. It's Maintaining Agricultural Duty Equipment.
Very good.
And actually, we just had Lawyer Farms in, one of our local guys who's really in touch to the agriculture community. And thanks for him stopping in. And he was giving some really good feedback on a lot of the hydraulics used and a lot of agriculture equipment. He's got a lot of these guys to try the FR3 in it now, and it's just taken off in the people he's talking to. So we've got a lot of growth to go in that market and a lot of people to reach there, but it's certainly a big opportunity for us, and we thank all of our agriculture guys out there. And we got a lot more specifically coming for you guys too.
Sweet. Did we talk about the Smart 50? Did you guys do that last week?
You missed it.
I was in Nashville.
Yeah, we busted your award out and everything, man.
Very cool.
Yeah. So again, if you missed last week, 2 weeks ago was right before we were heading down to the Smart 50 when Chris was nominated for it, and we even showed it last week how not only did you receive the top 50, but received the top award for innovation, which is so cool. There's a great press release up on the website. Go back and watch last week's. We showed the nice jewel you got, the giant crystal and everything. So we're really proud of that. That was a good time.
That was quite a surprise. I did not think we were going to win. We were up against some pretty big league people, so I was very proud of all the people here at LSI.
It was like Kalamazoo Aquarium.
Kosai.
It was Kosai downtown. That's the funny one too, because Kosai is the science place.
Yeah.
So we took it over Kosai on the innovation, so we're proud of that.
It was exciting.
There you go, Levi.
So, and I'm mostly proud of all the people here at LSI because a lot of the the award had to do with not just innovation, but sustainability. And when they say sustainability, what they're saying is the company able to keep moving on beyond the founder? You know, it's not just that you came up with a good mousetrap, but is there more better mousetraps to come? And in the interviewing process, when they were interviewing me, they were asking me questions about, okay, well, that's really great what you did with Stiction Eliminator and Diesel Extreme. What else has come up? And I explained that, you know, a lot of the products that have come up in the last year were done totally, you know, between the staff here without any input whatsoever from me, because I was busy on other projects. I said, you know, they've researched the product, found out where the pain points were, where the need was. They developed the products themselves. They named them, they labeled them, came up with the call outs, everything, all, you know, without me even knowing about it for the most part. So that's a good, well, I guess that doesn't sound too good when you say it that way.
Well,
But
you've set the direction, and I know it's got to be hard for someone like you, where this company at one time was your little baby in your pole barn in your backyard, and it's got to be tough to kind of let go of that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well,
you built a good surrounding company that supports that vision.
There was a time when every drum of Stiction Eliminator I blended, every bottle I filled, every label I put on, every invoice I entered, and well, then Levi and I did it. So we would take turns. Levi would go bottle, and I would answer the phone and take orders, and then I'd go bottle because you get tired of doing that because it was just a hand pump thing. So then, you know, you keep moving up and getting bigger. So, I mean, I've been through every job in the company, you know, so it is exciting. But the main point was that the sustainability part of the award has to do with the fact that the innovation keeps growing beyond one person. So that was, I think, why they liked us. It's because we have a whole team here that keeps going. I mean, they've got ideas in the hopper right now that they're working on and things that we're developing. It's, you know, again, it doesn't, some of the products I'm not even so sure I understand. So that's a good sign in a way, because the company has gotten much larger than me, and that's
Right.
what you want.
And Kevin pointed out last week, Kevin and I were last week when we talked about it, that if there was an award for loudest tables, we would have taken that home too.
We would
because
have. Yes, we would have.
We were a little obnoxious out there, but we were very proud. There's a lot of golf claps for some of the big companies, and
Yeah.
then, you know, we win and woo-hoo.
Well, hey, we're Morrow County, man. We're Morrow County proud. So
That's
we
right.
want everybody to know that, how proud we were. And we made a good show.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
And the folks from Highland are coming up tomorrow to tour the facility and
Awesome.
talk to us, so it should be a good day tomorrow.
And I think, I don't know if I could say, I believe, as on the back end of this, you've been invited to be a guest editor for Smart Business now going forward.
We did our interview last week when I was in Nashville. I talked to
Oh, great.
the reporter, and then we're going to start putting articles in there.
Great.
So I don't know that I'm that great of a writer, but we'll figure that part out.
Yeah.
I think
We'll
probably
innovate.
Well, I think the biggest thing is just trying to explain how we got here from there. There's
Right.
millions of companies in the earlier stages where we were, and then you hit these stumbling blocks, and it's like, how, you know, we've been in this rut for the last 3 years. How did you get past it? Well, this is what I did. This is how I made it work. So just trying to bring that out into articles.
Right.
Because there's a lot of other people, again, that struggle in that same arena, and just being able to give them the insight. You know, here's a couple things I tried, here's what didn't work, and here's what did work.
Well, and I will say, to kind of bring this back, the company's always focused on problem-specific solutions. And that is what can last forever, as long as we continue to address problems. And that brings it back to our customers, which we're bowing down to in this episode. If it wasn't for them, they not only are the ones that, you know, obviously buy our product that keep the lights on here, but they bring those problems to us.
That's right.
And that helps us, and we follow those, and we chase those, and we R&D them, and we bring new products to market. They buy those products, they bring new problems. It's a good back and forth between us and the customer, and that's what makes this work so well with this company.
Yeah, that's the whole key right there. When it was earlier on, when we were doing, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in business, and it was really a small business when it was just me and Levi in a pole barn. When it started scaling up and I could kind of see what direction it was going, I realized that I know nothing about running a business. So it was never intended to do that. I just really was trying to maintain a small business like a barbershop. You know, the barbershop guy usually isn't sitting there thinking about, how do I scale this up to 10,000 barbershops? He's thinking, okay, how do I get through the week, pay my bills, and go home, which is where I was. So I started reading different business books, like Good to Great and things like that. and because I knew that I needed to go outside myself and get some more knowledge base in. And one of the main things that really jumped out at me was the idea that you have to figure out what your purpose is and where your niche is. And they gave several stories about companies that didn't figure that out early on, and then they had this really great product, but then they got pulled over. And when they did, 5 years later, they were out of business because they didn't stay true to their cause.
Right.
And the idea that they gave was the tail wagging the dog. And they said, a lot of companies, especially when you get into retail, you have this really great product that people love. Well, then the retailer starts telling you, well, this is what I want you to do, and this is what I want you to do.
We talked about a lot how the retailers early on wanted you to put filler in the product, so it was a bigger take home. But
well, not just the filler, but when we started gaining a little bit of momentum, they said, can you make power steering fluid? Can you do this? Can you do that? Well, when somebody's throwing millions of dollars of orders at you and you're just a little tiny company, you're like, wow, this is going to be great, right? We're going to vamp up production and we're going to do all these things. Well, I went home and I started thinking about it, and I thought, well, geez, if we do that, we're no different than all the other companies out there. We don't want to do that. And it was
we're no longer addressing problems.
when it was a hard decision to go back and say thank you, but we don't want to do that. I don't think anybody's ever done that to them because they look.
They're like, what are you?
Yeah, are you nuts? You're turning down orders. It's like, listen, I said, I appreciate the opportunity, but the truth is, our company is really based on problem-specific solutions. We really love the science behind it, and we want to stick with that because it won't be long before we are, completely out of our element, and we're just a commodity broker. And that's what a lot of those companies are.
And there's perfectly good power steering fluid out there. We don't need it. That's not what our brand is.
And then we started thinking about, well, then who are we?
Right.
So if we come up with an engine oil, what is that engine oil going to mean? So it has to be way better than anything else you can buy. And it literally I have to be able to sit across the table from anybody and say, this is why it's better. And if that's not the case, then we shouldn't be making it. And that's what I tell Kevin and Aaron. You can ask them. I tell them all the time when they bring me ideas or products. It's like, can I sit down and say, this is the best product?
And we've taken products to R&D, worked it to the point where at the end it's like, well, did we really improve the market here? And you've managed to say, we'll pull it then. We're not going to go any further. We'll eat the year of R&D we put into it. If we can't make it better, we're not going to put it out there.
And because I really believe that that's the right course of action.
Yep.
And again, when you read, if you ever get a chance to read Good to Great, it's a great business book, and it talks about several companies that have done that. They got off track, and then the next thing they're making things that don't have anything to do with their core. And then the new generation of people that came in don't even know why they're there. They become Robotrons, and there's no passion. And
Right.
so sticking with the vision that we have and the purpose, it keeps the passion alive. And there is a lot of passion. If you ever come to visit us, you'll see the passion in everybody in this company. We are very excited about what we're doing. We're always looking for the next good thing to do, and we love our customers, we love our products, we love our dealers, our retailers, and we do everything we can for them.
And in turn, as we hold true to that with developing products that way, it also creates a very loyal fan base.
Yep.
And I think we sometimes underestimate how fortunate we are of the trust we've built with our customer. That, for example, this mystery box that we just did, I heard today that about a third of them, it was a gas or diesel choice, about a third of them were gas.
Oh, great.
Which goes to show, obviously, we have a big diesel following and trusting, but when we put out a new product, it can be trusted that it's a good product. So as we enter this gasoline side of the business, they're there buying right away because they said if Hot Shots is going to do it, they're going to do it right. There's a good product
Well,
there.
you have my word that it is the best of the best. If it has our name on it, it has the best of the best. And we do have a shelf of products that aren't the best of the best, and they don't have our name on them, and we don't sell them, even though we developed them because we just couldn't knock it out of the park. If we can't knock it out of the park, we don't want it. And that's our limiting factor. You can ask Kevin, you can ask Aaron. We feel like that's really central to what we're doing.
Sure.
And the day we stop doing that is not going to be a good day for us.
Yep. So thanks to all you guys for supporting us. And again, it's your day, so post your story. Give us your Hot Shot story. Post it below. We'll read some of them and give a tip of the hat to you guys for allowing us to do what we do here. So moving on to some dealer shout-outs. We've got Crouse Automotive and Performance in Soddy, Daisy, Tennessee. I believe the guys saw them on the way down there in the race last weekend, which we're going to cover. West Coast Diesels in Santa Rosa, California. RTC Performance Diesel in Dandridge, Tennessee. Dudes Diesel Performance in Taylor, Texas. That's a great name. Dudes, I believe they just came on board. Welcome.
Dude's Diesel.
Dudes Diesel. And Gray's Diesel in Middleburg, Florida. Gray's Diesel, they're a big competitor in outlaw diesel. They run, I believe they now have the fastest Ford 7.3 in the world. Pretty sure about that. So,
I need to go visit you guys at Gray's Diesel this winter on my way to
yeah,
Florida.
he travels Florida a lot. Maybe we'll get him down there to Gray's. So happy to have. They're running all of our racing fluids in that truck. So welcome aboard, Gray's Dealer. Now carrying our products as well.
Good to hear.
Well, what's going on with TV, Chris?
This Sunday, August 4th at 10:30, we have a Truck U featuring EDT. So tune in at 10:30 on Sunday and see the guys on Truck U.
Check one of these.
Matt and Bruno talking about
Yeah.
EDT. Is that the only thing? That's the only one this weekend, huh?
Looks like it. That's all I got here on mine. So.
Okay,
And
events.
event recap. So we just had the Rocky Top Diesel Shootout this past weekend down in Tennessee. Diesel Don was down there along with TJ. Finally got good weather. It did not rain on them that I know of the whole time.
Oh, it was gorgeous down there.
Yeah, so we finally got one in without it being ruined with rain. So that was great. We brought us some new dealers on board from the event. So welcome aboard to all the new dealers that came on. I know TJ and Don also visited some dealers in Kentucky and Tennessee and Georgia while they were out there too. So it's good to get in front of some of our dealers and see their shops and everything. And from the racing side of things, of course, with the great weather comes great racing. And I'll go through the winners list real quick. We had, of course, I mean, Chris, these things are not a coincidence. I'm telling you, every week we do this. So
Okay. Tell me about it, Kyle.
RT, so the Outlaw Diesel Super Series in the ET bracket, Corey Smith won. I don't know Corey Smith, but if you watch the video, it's crazy. We tell you this because I know you don't know a lot about how it's run.
I've never gone to one of the races, just so you know. I'm not.
So this guy had the slowest truck I've ever seen in my entire life, and he went through the entire field of ET and won it all, and it was. I mean, credit to him, he did it, and he knocked out Ryan Riddle, who the sponsored racer of ours. Ryan, he's just been killing it all year, and they went to the finals. And I mean, this guy starts, he's halfway down the track, then Ryan gets to go, and he just beat him. So congrats to Corey. It was really cool to see how that truck could win. But Ryan Riddle, sponsored racer by Hot Shots, finished second. Landon Miller made it there to the quarterfinals too, from Fire Punk sponsored. And guess who else made the quarterfinals?
Who?
Artie Maupin driving the Hot Shot Secret truck.
Driving our truck?
Driving our truck to the quarterfinals. So shout out to Artie Maupin. That was really cool. Guess who he knocked out along the way?
Who?
Trey Sykes in the Hot Shots Beamer.
Trey?
So my worst nightmare happened. It was like my dream would be for those two our truck and our car to race
So
each
does that
other.
mean that Artie's a better driver than Trey? Or that our truck is better than...
Trey, shots fired, man. Shots fired.
Or does that mean that the Hot Shot truck is better than the BMW?
I'm going to let them fight that out.
Okay.
I'll let you stir that pot.
No, I'm just curious. I'm a newbie to all this. You're the guru.
Hey, they both are up there in the points, so they're both great drivers.
But Artie beat Trey. Just to be clear.
Artie beat Trey.
Okay.
And we actually had the Hot Shots truck versus the Hot Shots car go down the track against each other at the same time. Like, what's the chances of that? And and that goes to the credit to both of them for getting far enough to even have to face off against each other.
But
So
Artie
congrats.
did better than Trey.
Trey, man.
Just to be clear about
I'm sure
that, right?
Trey's watching, man. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. Too soon. So congrats to everybody in ET bracket. Moving on to the 770 index class. Guess who won? Devin
And that's just a
Ratliff.
regular truck. I mean, it's not even a racing truck, right? I mean, that's like our haul truck. Like, we have to go get a
It
plow.
was just like, that's what we said
It's
before.
just our work truck, our
It
delivery
works,
truck.
It works on your properties, everything. So
But he beat Trey with that. So Trey's got this high-performance BMW that he spent like millions of dollars on.
it's ours. It's
that
ours.
we got now. But the point is, Artie just beat him with a plain old pickup truck. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just want to be clear about that. 'cause
Wow.
it's all confusing.
Trey, shots have been fired. This is going to get good. All right, so 770 index. Like I said, Devin Ratliff and Nick Morris, two of our sponsored drivers, made it all the way to the finals again to face off. So we finished 1 and 2 there. And shout out to Trey Sykes. He took the Beamer to the 770 quarterfinals along with Landon Miller again from Fire Punk that we sponsored. So congrats to those guys. And 670 Index, Nathan Wheeler took the championship there. And shout out to Dorian Reyna. I think I just saw he's actually logged on today. So, yeah, what's up, Dorian? Congrats to Dorian. Made it to the quarterfinals again with Landon Miller. Landon Miller made quarterfinals of ET 770 and 670. Wow, that's impressive. And Pro Street, the Hot Shot Secret Pro Street class had another great outing. Once again, Johnny Gilbert from Stainless Diesel faced off against Josh Scruggs from Fire Punk in the finals. And Johnny took it again against, if you remembered, a few weeks ago I told you a story about how Josh barely made it back to the lanes. Mm-hmm. Well, he got his truck together just in time to get it back out there again and kicked butt, made it to the finals against Johnny Gilbert. But Johnny Gilbert from Stainless Diesel is on fire. He is just owning the Hot Shot Secret Pro Street class. Congrats to Johnny. Congrats to Josh for making another good run at that. So it's been a really competitive Hot Shot Secret Pro Street class this year. But, man, Johnny's on fire. So congrats to everybody in there. And then we have, of course, the big Pro Mod class, which everybody was looking for this week because Ryan Milliken was out there with his Nova, which is running Hot Shots Fluids now. Fire Punk had the S10, Save the Racks S10, out there. They got to line up on Friday night, finally. And due to the track prep, it looked like the S10 couldn't really get much grip, and the Nova beat them pretty handedly. So Ryan entered Pro Mod the next day, so we were hoping that they were going to line up again and during competition. Well, Ryan couldn't hook on competition day, and Larson went on to win. Shout out to Brian Gray, made it to the quarterfinals. Like I said, he was one of our new dealers down there at Gray's Diesel. But they get to the finals, and it was Larson Miller versus Rawlings Barnes from Rudy's. And man, is the Rudy's truck moving. Again, running Hot Shot Secret Fluids now, but they got to line up, and I think I was watching Fire Punk's video, the recap video, and I believe Levon said that he made a mistake. They had to reprogram around a sensor that was bad, and they forgot to change one thing. So when it launched, the computer told the engine to shut the fuel down as a safety measure, and it was just a programming problem. So they didn't get a good launch off, but I'll tell you what, Rawlings Barnes was gone. So congrats to Rawlings Barnes, to Nathaniel DeLong. We worked with him down there at Rudy's on the race team. And on the side note, Rudy's other truck, the four-wheel drive truck that Aaron drives, set a new personal best. So Rudy set personal best in both trucks and took the Pro Street or the Pro Mod win. So congrats to everybody at Rudy's. We're happy to work with that race team. They're really kicking butt now, got those trucks moving. So, and
very good.
Don't sleep on Fire Punk. I'm sure they're going to get that programmed and be back this next time. And finally, the 590 Index class. Rick Fox made it to the finals against Minnie Jackson. Rick Fox from Fire Punk that we sponsor. He's been doing great this year. Congrats to Minnie Jackson. She's been killing it. It was a great race. And a couple of our other sponsored drivers, Cody Fish and Austin Deutsch, made the quarterfinals.
Okay.
So, and one quick wrap up on it. They just released the series standings on the full year, so the total points now, where all the series standing is. And congrats to everybody. I'm going to selfishly just read off our sponsored guys. Because ET bracket, number 1, Ryan Riddle, number 2, Ken Phillips. 770 Index, number 1, Nick Morris, number 2, Ryan Riddle, number 3, Trey Sykes, number 4, Devin Ratliff. These are all Hot Shots guys. It's not a coincidence, I'm telling you.
We're the best.
670, Landon Miller on top of that. 590, Rick Fox is there in 4th, but he's only 10 points back. Pro Street, Johnny Gilbert, Josh Scruggs in 3rd. Pro Mod, Rawlings Barnes is in 1st place now, next to Larson Miller. So we've got a Hot Shot Secret driver in 1st place in every class but one right now. So congrats to all of our guys. Thanks for representing our brand so well.
Johnny Gilbert's like way ahead.
He's crushing. I told you, he's on
like,
fire. He's won like 4 in a row.
He's like 214 versus 82.
Oh, it's pretty much wrapped up.
Oh.
He can just sleep the rest of the year, I think. And he's just been absolutely on fire. So congrats to all you guys. We still got a few left. Shy Diesel's up next, and then we'll be going down to Florida to Emerald Coast where Ryan Milliken's track, and then we obviously finish up at Rudy's at the end of the year. So a few more legs, and the points race is on. It's getting pretty hot and getting exciting.
Okay. It sounds like it.
It is.
You sound wired.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to bring you up. He's had a rough, long day. So.
Well, I was gone all last week in Nashville, and when I got back this week, there's just been a lot of really big things happening here that require a lot of thinking.
Brain power.
Oh my gosh! I mean,
brain power.
Just have to shut down and watch.
Do you need any drugs? Would you like to discuss that?
What do you got?
What's going on in R&D?
R&D. Okay, our new lubricity product has been shipped out in mystery boxes, so we're going to wait for feedback on that. Now, the lubricity product's been in the works for a good bit, and the pinnacle of it, which pushed it over the edge, like they were ready to release this, is it was twice as good as what was considered the best, and it's probably 4 to 5 times better than everything else out there. So we were focusing on, okay, who's the best out there right now, and how can we do it even better than that? And we knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
Good, thanks to Aaron and Kevin, they did a great job. Good creative thinking. They came up with a really good formula. So
Jen's
now,
the glue there, though.
what's that?
Shout out to Jen. She's the glue there.
Jen? Oh yeah. Jennifer does a great job. Jennifer's our project manager in the R&D department, so she helps Kevin and Aaron keep things moving forward. Because to their defense, they get pulled in 12 different directions every hour of the day. So we need a content piece written. Hey, we just wrote an article about diesel fuel. Can you read this and check it for errors? Oh, we need a new tech data sheet done for the lubricity additive. Hey,
right.
We need this. Hey, there's a quality control test that needs done. So they get pulled in a lot of different directions. So we have a wonderful person in there, Jennifer, and she kind of keeps them all on track and says, okay, that's important, but this is more important. Let's do this first and then work on that. So she kind of holds it all together and keeps it moving forward.
Absolutely.
But the biggest news on that is the lubricity additive is the best in the world.
Yep. And everybody who ordered a mystery box got one. Gas or diesel.
And not just by a little bit.
Right.
I mean, the lubricity additive is like comparing Johnny Gilbert with Michael Dalton.
Oh,
that's 214 points versus 82 points. It's way, way better.
You just fired more shots than Michael Dalton now.
Well, I mean,
at least
isn't
he's
that
in
right?
fourth place in the series.
You gave me the numbers.
Well, yeah, but there's a guy in like 88th place you could have used. You're not going to use number 4.
Well, I'm just like
Michael Dalton's still killing it.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael Dalton. Good job killing it. But Johnny Gilbert's the one that's like 2 times ahead.
He is killing it.
So we're like 2 times ahead on lubricity additive.
That is a fair.
And even the product that we're comparing it to, Optilube, we're still saying that's a specialty product in and of itself. So it's not on the shelf at AutoZone. Now, when you compare what we did with our lubricity additive, which hopefully we'll be rolling out a name this week, based on your feedback, the lubricity additive is probably more like 5 to 10 times more powerful than the products that are on the shelf. So if I was to grab like a Lucas or something else that's on there, it's not even close. So just to back up and just give you a little bit idea, we're using the HFRR, high frequency reciprocating rig. So that's like a little pin-on disc type of thing, and then we measure the scar based on how much friction there is with fuels. And we're looking at 520 is what the minimum, 520 millimeters is what the government wants. We were
nanometers.
Nanometers?
Yes, NM, right?
NM, yeah, nanometers. Good job. I'll have to go back and check that.
Your brain power's down. Your brain power's down.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is, we got it down to 194. Was that the final number?
Yeah.
So we're way below, not just what the government wants, but way below what the manufacturers. The manufacturers, I think, were asking for 480. It's been a long time since I got into lubricity additives. But the idea is not just did we kick it out of the park, but we absolutely crushed it. So this has a lot of really good applications, not just in your everyday diesel, but your tractor, your combine, because there is no high sulfur fuel anymore. And if you have an older tractor, that was made for high sulfur fuel, which acts as a lubricity additive.
So now it's dry. That fuel
Correct.
is dry as can be.
Very, very dry. And this will not just replenish it, it'll make it better than it was when there was high sulfur.
Right.
That's how much better it is. So that's why we're so excited about it.
So we want to hear your feedback. Everybody who got a mystery box got some. So
yeah, tell us
put it
what
to
you
use.
see.
Let us know what you think.
Okay, now it says we've talked about this before. The RV line is coming soon. Do you know how soon?
I don't, but 2 weeks to speak how you just said how R&D can waver around a little bit without Jen's focus there. Kevin just left my office and said, I think I want to change my next quarter goals to go towards agriculture now because we just heard from this guy. So I'm going to make sure he gets back to Jen before he gets off track. But
I can see that happening.
RV products are coming soon. They're coming soon.
They're formulated, the labels are done, we're working on tech data sheets, MSDS, websites, things, so
It's almost there.
we have everything ready to go. We beefed up the stabilizer in it, you're gonna have lubricity, the nanotechnology, it's all built in there, but we were thinking about what are the things that an RV specific application would go through.
Right.
RVs could sit a year, sometimes 2 years.
You
And,
know,
we-
with anybody.
Well, mine never sits for 2 years.
Yeah, but I mean, you know RVs.
Correct, and, we'll get into all of that later on, but there's a lot of.
Actually, there's been an RV sitting out there.
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
while.
that's true. There's a lot of technology and a lot of learning that has to go on behind the RVs, because, when they took the sulfur out, just a quick little side without getting too distracted, when they took the sulfur out, they had to do something called hydrocracking, which means they had to add more water to the crude oil to be able to break out that sulfur. Now, for this to
To
work,
extract the sulfur out of it,
correct.
you had to inject water.
Yeah, so that's, all your refining processes have to do with pressure and water. I mean, it's just a pressure cooker with water added, and it just starts to break up the layers of petroleum. At the top you got gasoline and kerosene, diesel fuel, motor oil, asphalt at the bottom. Okay, to be able to get the sulfur out, we had to do, I think it's called severely hydrocracking, and we had to add more water. So the government had to give them not permission, but they had to change the rules. So now you're allowed to have up to 1% diesel fuel be water. So, before it was like 1/10 of 1%. So now, in a tanker load of diesel fuel, you can have 65 gallons of water in there.
Wow.
Now, that's all going to be dispersed, but if you just let it sit for a couple
Sure.
months.
It'll settle.
But just think about that.
Yeah.
That's over a drum of water in there. Now, with water comes oxidation. So when you add high sulfur fuel, that fuel could sit for a year before it really started to degrade quickly.
Right.
Now you pulled the sulfur out, you added water to it. Now the fuel starts to
Which is
degrade.
Food for rust and corrosion.
Well, not just the rust and corrosion, but the actual oxidation of the fuel.
Right.
So now the fuel's only
Doesn't
stable.
last very long. Right?
No, 30 days.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 30, 60 days you've already, I'll find the numbers for you and we'll try to post it, but just off the top of my head, just a rough guess, I'm thinking that after 60 days, you've already lost maybe 10% of your power in your diesel fuel. So just 60 days. So now you start stretching that out to a 6-month period, your diesel fuel is not in the same state that it was where it's going to burn easily. So that's where these additives become key. You have to have them if you want to run.
Right. And that's
Problem
why we make them.
That's why we
Problem
solve the
That's
problem.
right. That's
Darn
right.
straight, baby.
Oh, I do want to throw one more R&D update that's not on your list there. Problem specific once again. We are approached by a project here with the Mid Ohio Race Team that we are sponsoring on their fluids on a Summit Racing Equipment came in and did a big sponsorship on their endurance car. It's a Fox Body Mustang. We talked about it a few weeks ago. Well, they have one of these Tremec transmissions that is a very touchy transmission, and they're very
You say ceramic?
Tremec.
Tremec.
It's a brand. And they have the synchro mesh. So you guys have heard us talk about it. Looks like Aaron's writing on there. We actually finally have our newest synchro mesh formula bottle. And I'll tell you what, Aaron is proud of this, man. He is not scared to say, this is the greatest synchro mesh fluid that's ever been developed.
So what was the problem with the synchro mesh before?
It's a
Or
very
now?
it's a manual transmission. So again, this is a manual transmission fluid, which is different
So
for
you're
us.
shifting.
You're
Okay.
shifting. I guess based on the viscosity levels of it, it's real touchy. If it's not completely perfect, it doesn't go into gear well. It's sticky to get in and out of gears. Now, there's two uses for these transmissions. We see them in race cars, and especially road course cars and distance cars like this, but they're also used in the big diesel trucks too. It's the same transmission. It's a small little transmission. And so just today, Diesel Don actually headed out to a connection that we met through our National Trail Raceway friends out there at the racetrack, who had on their third transmission on a big Dodge Ram diesel that they kept. One time he told me he just was in second gear, just would not come out and just frozen there.
But did he say why? Like, what's the problem?
The oils break. We think there's something about the synchro mesh oil that breaks down that allows that. The second time he did it, his actually locked up and wouldn't even move while he's pulling under a load. The temperature we think it's really high on it. All the testing they've been doing on it, they did a little bearing ball. I mean, it was nasty. I mean, all of them burnt. So I know they didn't have probably some high pressure additives in there or something. So again, I'm not R&D, but I saw
That's
all
okay.
the tests. Now, the factory fill from Dodge in the big trucks was a Pennzoil. They had a Pennzoil in there, and that's what our friend who's testing today was using. Well, we tested that, and it was really bad. Some of the higher-end companies like Royal Purple makes a synchro mesh, as well as Redline, I think, makes a synchro mesh. So a lot of the people who have these transmissions just automatically go to that, so it's the best opportunity. We tested those; those weren't that good. They weren't lasting very long in our lab. This stuff's bulletproof. So, shout out to R&D again. This just went out today, and also our friend Trey Sykes down in North Carolina found a actual race car running this transmission. We got some in the mail down to them, so we're going to get some real distance road testing in the race car. And then once we get the feedback on that, this is going to head over to Mid-Ohio for our project car over there, and they're going to be racing this in the endurance races up here in Mid-Ohio here in a couple months. So we're really excited about it. That happened in 3 weeks, by the way. This happened a month ago, and we tasked R&D, and in 3 weeks they've now come up with the best synchro mesh ever formulated.
So what makes me excited about this is, one, we came up with the best synchro mesh transmission fluid.
Yep.
First of all, but second, we heard from our customer the problem. We analyzed it, found out what the problem was.
We went out and researched the market, what was out there.
We developed a solution to it. We tested the solution. We're testing it now. And
Well, we lab tested. We know it looks good in the lab. Now we got it in field testing.
but what's exciting is the whole process went on without me even knowing it. So
Well, update. Here's what we've been doing for the last month.
no, that's an extremely healthy thing.
Right.
Because you're setting in motion infrastructure in a machine that goes down the road without the driver.
Right.
That doesn't sound good. Let's change that.
I'm with you.
But the point is, the machine is still going without me, and that's good because that means that we have a top quality team that's able to analyze, figure out, and move forward.
Right.
And that's excellent. That's what you want for a healthy growing company.
The whole company pulled together on this one. Every department worked good. It was a tight timeline, and they got it done in under 30 days. Unbelievable. So,
total kudos to you guys. You guys did a great job, man.
man, we should start telling you what we do more often. I guess you just don't know what we do. All right, so getting back to what this episode's about, it's customer appreciation. You want to cover that part there, and I'm going to get into see if we have any questions.
You
here.
check for questions. So our success is 100% credited to our loyal customers and word of mouth. We spend a lot of money on marketing because we do want to get the word out what our products do, but still the majority of our sales come from word of mouth. Believe it or not, most people come to us because somebody told them about it. And when you think about advertising today and how hard that is, there's a lot of different people trying to bend your ear. You trust the people you know more than all of those. So keep up the good work. Please keep telling everybody about it. Tell them our products, our company. There's a good chance we have something for them. You guys appreciate the fact that our product solves this problem, specific problem, that we're not diluting it. Not only do we not dilute our product, but we're transparent. We're straight up about it. We don't try to hide anything. We want you to know what's in it. And the reason we want you to know what's in it is because we're proud of that. You know, if I had cut this 50-50 with gear oil, well, not gear oil, but with just regular base oil, then I want you to know, I wouldn't be as proud of it. But the fact that we're able to use PAO-based oils and great additives, we want you to know the whole story. We try to save you money, save you headaches, and that's the main thing that we're after is, you know, in the end, if it was $10, $50, or $100, if it saved you thousands of dollars and a day or two out of the shop, boom, that's the win. And we really work hard from top to bottom to solve that problem. Now, what I mean by that is not only the products and the research and the testing, but also customer service. The people that work for us, we train them. We want them to be able to answer your questions. If we're the only company that I know of, honestly, the only company I know of, that if you called in here and said, you know, I tried this product, it didn't work, what do you think is wrong? And we'll actually give you an answer. I mean, we'll say, okay, what's the truck doing? What are you feeling? Where I think a lot of other companies are thinking, okay, this is a liability issue. Don't answer that question, you know. You know, so we even did one day we had a marketing roundtable discussion. Remember the Blue Ocean thing? Mm-hmm. And we called other companies as if we were a customer. The idea was to go through the buying process as a consumer. What would you feel like if you were buying the product? So we went out to the store shelf. You know, my team went to pilot and we bought the product, paid for it, put it in the truck, and you just go through the whole process. You call customer service. So we call
experienced your experience.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we're in touch with it because I mean, honestly, you get into big decisions. You're doing stuff, packaging bottles, and you forget some of the other things. So we wanted to like pull it back to the roots of where you're at. And so we called other companies, and we said, hey, what does this product do? It's one of those days that I wish we would have recorded them, because we had called competitors and they said, yeah, that product won't work for this. And we're saying, but that's what it says on the label. Yeah, it won't work. You don't want to use that. And we're just thinking, how do you have your customer service person telling somebody on the phone that the product doesn't work? And, we asked about problems, and literally nobody would answer our questions. And we're very proud of the fact that we are a stand-up company, and we do want that culture here. The customer's problem is really what this is about, not selling product, not even what's in the bottle. This is the problem. How do we fix it for you? Whether that's advice, whether it's our Diagnose Your Diesel program, whether it's an app that we come out with, or a product. So that's the key. So anyway, that's where we're at with this. Saving you money, saving you headaches.
So speaking of those out there, let's catch up. Brian Scheck from USMC Racing, you were not first in, I noticed. Just that's an inside joke he gets. So Taylor Marshall says, love the oil additive, can feel the power and no hesitation once added to the oil. Like the EDT, but have noticed a rough start now that I'm using the EDT. Any reason why there'd be a rough start after EDT?
Let me think about that for a minute.
Already on an oil additive and started the EDT to get a rough start.
Oil additive made gains, and then the EDT slowed it down a little bit and had a rough start. It should have went the other way around, because most of your starting ability happens with the amount of cetane that's in there.
In the fuel.
Yeah, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
Taylor, give us a call. We can.
Yeah,
we can
let's monitor that. Keep us up to speed on it.
Yeah. And one question I'll ask you is, maybe was it the same fuel tank? Because sometimes every
fuel.
time, if different fuel can have different stuff. So maybe get to another tank full and see if you still have that problem.
Just so you understand, the cetane in the fuel is like ethyl hexyl nitrate. That's kind of the same stuff they make dynamite out of. So you want this explosive action in the cylinder. When you have a low cetane fuel, that explosion is a lot harder to get to, so it takes a lot more heat to get to work. So the difference between a 39 cetane fuel and a 55 is not 10%. It's more like 55%. That's how much different it is,
right? Because
you're really taking out a lot of the spark in there, or the explosion power. So it might have been that you got some low cetane fuel, and maybe the next tank will get there.
So we got some followers. We got some milestone followers. Is that new, Levi? I don't know what that is. But congratulations for your flag here, Logan. But afternoon, guys, bought 3 mystery boxes the other day myself. Well, show us a video of those. Let's see your opening of them.
What are the milestone things you're talking about?
Well, when you get like really our loyal followers get these little tags, and now look at this. Now we got an anniversary follower and a milestone follower. So. And again, it's perfect for our episode here for our fans. These show people who are like our hard fans and our diehard fans. So
not only am I not a big racing guy, but I'm also not a Facebook person. Luckily, I have a lot of people behind me here that do this. So.
We update them. So USMC Racing says, so I have a question. Can your oils be used in large motors like those in RVs and semi-trucks? Well, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're specifically made for that. They're heavy-duty oils, diesel oils. We are working on passenger car versions of them. And
we're going like the opposite way right now.
Correct. Yeah, we started off with the heaviest duty oil you can make for an RV, for a semi-truck. The blue diamond, green diamond, depending on specifically what you're trying to achieve.
Okay, so David I always mess it up. DeCiceris, I'm sorry, David. He's an anniversary follower. He's telling us his hotshot story. Heard about your product on TV, and I decided to use your product when I was having trouble with my injectors on my 2007 5.9 Cummins. Your products are insane, and it helped me out not have to spend thousands of dollars on new injectors. The EDT also kept them clean, and the only part that eventually failed was the solenoid itself.
We'd love to hear that story.
We do, David.
Thank you, David.
Appreciate that story. And he followed up by saying he just got his mystery box today. Love the products I got, and I'm loving that I got some gun oil in it too. I didn't know that was in there. It's another mystery. So Dorian Reyna, how you doing? He says, "What's up, guys?" Dorian's one of our from one of our race family down there. And Chad Meyer 73, love the mystery box. Even had it in one of my videos on the channel. So check out Chad Meyer 73. He's a good influencer of ours on his YouTube channel there. There's Troy Kennedy with America's Garage. He's got that up and running. I talked to Troy earlier this weekend.
Hey, Troy. Good afternoon.
Yeah, and Troy's down at the race this weekend, too. I had a good chat with him Monday.
I'm starting to think this internet thing might take off.
Yeah, maybe. It's a good thing. Troy says, the race was awesome. We got pictures of every Hot Shot Secret stickered truck. We got video of launch failures, too. You'll have those. So, thanks, Troy.
Do we have those? Are they up?
I saw them on Troy's page, and
Did you get video of the two?
I wasn't there.
Oh.
I wasn't there. This is the first race I missed all year. But I'm begging, if anybody out there has video of the two Hot Shots vehicles racing, I'd love to see it.
Troy, I hope you didn't let us down.
Yeah, Troy. Sean Tripley, just tuning in. What's the new product included in the mystery package? It was our lubricity product. It was, I think we pretty much had a bland label on it. It's kind of a basic label, which we still haven't got the name for it yet. But
we decided to take a scientific approach to naming things for the first time ever. Normally, we come up with a new product and we sit around thinking about what the name should be, and then a year later, everybody says, "Boy, that's a really bad name. How'd you guys come up with that?" So we decided to do focus groups with you folks and a couple of surveys at the race, and we came up with the names that would fit. So we're hopefully going to have.
They got every survey filled out. They ran out of surveys. So thanks again to our friend Pavlik, another milestone follower and regular here. Have run Rotella and Stiction Eliminator at my 7.3 for years, 400,000 miles, great results. Has anyone ran the Blue Diamond? Definitely wanting to try. Will there be better results? And he says his truck swears by EDT also. Sweats EDT also. So
if you use Blue Diamond, this was the challenge I used to make for people when we first came out with Blue Diamond. They've changed it since then, but the idea was run your Shell Rotella for whatever your standard amount is, 10,000 miles. Put the Blue Diamond in there and go 20,000 miles, and your test result should look better than it did at 10 with Rotella. You might even be able to go 30,000. If you have a 7.3, I would highly recommend Fran's filter on there. It's a very easy install, and we're trying to come up with even an easier install within the next quarter.
Oh, I got an update on that. I'll tell you right afterwards.
So the point would be that is a really good truck, and even at if I had a 470,000 miles on it, I would put this on there because it will literally stop the wear in the engine, and it could go 1,000,000 miles. And it's a good truck; it's worth it. But with a Fran's filter and the Blue Diamond engine oil, 50,000 miles between oil changes is very, very attainable. And if you look at the oil at 50,000 miles with an oil analysis, it'll look great. I mean, it'll look really good. And
your truck will never see anything other than 1 micron straight
Correct.
oil. That's for the whole time. Not start with good oil; it gets bad by the end of the interval.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy because after 250 miles, that oil in the truck will be cleaner than a brand new quart of oil. And it will always stay that way 24/7.
All right, so I'm going to just update you. I'll update them at the same time to drive this point home. A lot of you out there know that Firepunk had got the brand new 2019 Cummins. It's a bad truck. It's the brand new version that Dodge just made. So Levon called me yesterday and said, I'm at about 5,000 miles now. Time to get that oil out of there. The factory fill, broken in, even though they blew it nitrous when they had 50 miles on it or something. So he said he was just seating his rings. So time to put some oil in.
Those guys, man.
They're awesome.
I mean, they're like us in the race. I mean, that's the way we are. We do things.
That's
like
why
that.
we work so well with them. So he called me yesterday and said, so what oil should we put in this thing? Because they're not going to delete it yet. So normally on their road trucks, we run Black Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, dude, this is a perfect opportunity. Here's what we're doing. We're putting a Fran's filter on that thing, and we're going to run Blue Diamond in that thing, and we're going to do a long-term test. I'm talking over the next 2 years, and we're going to evaluate it every 10,000 miles. We're going to go public with all this. We're going to show all the oil analysis. We're going to use TBN booster. We need to bump it up. I called Artie Moppin at Diesel Army. He said he's in. He's going to write the story. We're going to have reoccurring reviews in Diesel Army every quarter to update the evaluation from the oil test. Firepunk's going to do, Connor there, the videographer, is going to video the install and all the updates to it. So over the next 2 years, that truck that all of you guys know, I think Levi's pulling up, We are going to see what happens when you take a brand new Cummins engine and never let it see anything but 1 micron strain PAO oil. That truck's going a million miles.
Easy, yeah.
It's going to go forever. And
Well,
we're going
no,
to show you all
What if
the.
they blow it up?
Yeah, they'll blow it up.
Well, I mean, seriously, we're talking about LeVon.
Yeah, they'll do something crazy to it. But it's going to be cool. So you're going to see that on Diesel Army. Artie said he's in. Firepunk's in. We're going to show you exactly what you can do with Blue Diamond and doing proper oil testing and everything.
If you just want to have some idea of how this works, this is the same technology that we use on offshore drilling rigs.
Right.
Now, on offshore drilling rigs, it costs more money to boat the oil out there, get the old oil off. So they go 50,000 hours between oil changes. Now, that's about 2.5 million miles on an oil change.
Right.
That's a long time. And they're using the same technology, the same idea. They're using a centrifuge system to filter, but they're getting down to 1 micron just like us. They're re-additizing, and they test every 100 hours. So that's how we started this system.
And
Was
it's more cost effective for them than to ship more
I
oil.
mean, basically, I wasn't a genius. I didn't come up with the system. I just seen what we were doing there, and I scaled it back for the average
Right,
truck.
right.
So, because I knew it worked.
Oh, okay, so Troy Kennedy said that Trey Sykes represented Hotshot Secret in his over-the-top help, even assisting another driver in programming his car. Yeah, Trey will bend over backwards for anybody.
Yeah.
So
We
that's
give Trey a hard
surprising.
time, but we love
Well,
Trey.
speaking of Trey, guess who's now watching? Artie Maupin. He says, "I'm late. Did we talk racing yet?" I think Artie missed your comments about that Artie versus Trey race.
Artie, go back and watch the beginning of the video.
Yeah,
You'll have a good time.
You're gonna like it, Artie. Okay, so Logan Cavender says, "I'm excited to get home from the road to see what will be in my box. I ordered an extra gas box for my best friend and a diesel box for my dad's 24-valve Cummins. He already has seen a night and day difference just from the diesel extreme." Awesome, thanks, Logan. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Logan.
And Eric Trimble says, "Yeah, Chris said you're better than Trace."
I didn't say you were better. I asked the question, did you beat him because you're a better driver? Is that what happened? Because,
Oh man.
I'm just trying to understand this whole racing thing. We've got a high performance car and a pickup truck, that we use for deliveries. And, we got 2 drivers, and the one driver won, the one didn't. So does that mean that Artie's a better driver? That's all I asked. I didn't make a statement. I just asked the question.
Stir the pot.
I'm just trying to understand it. That's all.
Stir the pot. Oh, Trey is. I don't know if Trey's on today. I haven't seen him yet, but man,
Oh, I'm sure if he was watching,
he's
he'd
gonna
be
be
on by
on.
now.
Oh, that thing would be ringing, USMC Racing. Oh my gosh, USMC Racing runs a Tremec TKO 600. Brian, that's exactly the transmission that we are formulating for the endurance car up here. So you can totally use that synchro mesh. We got you, Brian. We love supporting USMC Racing and had no idea. I know you run all our fluids, but obviously you weren't running our trans fluid because they're automatic. So, got you, buddy. Let's talk. Okay, so Troy Kennedy's asking, has anyone looked at what is needed to classify and fall into mill specs?
Yeah, we've worked on the mill specs. Believe it or not, they don't have mill specs for oil anymore. They have a whole separate testing process that we've been working on, and we're, I don't know, maybe 6 months into it. They found that the old style of doing a mill spec that they did for the last 50 years doesn't work because all the new technologies never get in there because it takes so long to get through the process. So they came up with just a new way to introduce things to the military, and we're in the process of getting that done. So hopefully, someday you'll see Hummers running with Hotshot Secret products in them.
Yeah.
Probably change the name to something else, but
Right. So Logan Cavender, a milestone follower, says my dad's Cummins NV4500 could run the synchro mesh fluid. Exactly. That's the truck version of the TKO 600 that we got some going in an NV4500 today. So we're going to get some feedback on that. So
is Dodge the only one that uses that transmission?
I think so. I'll have to check, but that's my understanding. So she can run the synchro mesh fluid for his towing needs. I need to see when that's available so I can get him fixed up on it soon. We'll let you know, Logan. Again, it just got bottled today. It just got put into real world application today. We got it in a race car, and we got an NV 4500 truck as well too. So we're gonna get feedback, and then we'll make it.
Logan, I know you can't see this because it's too far away, but just so you understand, this is a white label that says R&D test formula, and handwritten it says synchromesh. So it's not market ready yet, but we'll keep you updated.
Yep. Troy Kennedy, America Garage is supporting and posting support for Hot Shots Chic. You sure are. I think it's AmericaGarage.com or MericasGarage.com. So check that out. America, just like our T-shirts.
America?
M-U-R-I-C-A. America.
America. Okay.
Troy Kennedy with a stump question. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Does biodiesel from plant product versus animal product created in the exact same manner have the same fuel qualities?
No. I mean, it's got some pros and cons. So those actually become esters. The bad part about it is they are hydrolytic, which means they absorb moisture from the air. So they want to pull in moisture. If you had some biodiesel from plant here and you had regular diesel here, and it came back in a year, this one would have X% of moisture in it, this one wouldn't, and it just absorbs it. So that's the only bad thing. The other thing is they're not as biostable. So after time, you would start to see bacteria grow in this one where you wouldn't in this one. The good thing is, being an ester, they clean really well. They have a really good cleaning property to clean out your fuel system. They also have a lot of lubricity. The lubricity levels is way higher than just a regular diesel fuel. And then they have a high cetane rating. So, you know, if you put that in your system, there's a good chance you're going to clean the snot out of it, and it's going to run really well for a while. But long term, as long as you're turning the fuel quickly, it's not bad. Like I would use biodiesel in my pickup truck. I would not use it in my tractor.
Is that a scientific term? Snot?
Yeah.
Clean the snot out?
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, my tractor at home, you know, I don't use it but maybe once or twice a month. So I wouldn't want biodiesel in there.
Right.
Because it'll absorb moisture and it'll start to grow bacteria. But my pickup truck that's being run every day, I'd have no problems with it.
James Bruce, how you doing? Lube it right. Fire Punk is awesome, he says. Yeah, we believe so too. Brent Hilliard says, are you open for us average consumers to come by and say hi and get product if we are in the area? Probably be up in Plain City from Tennessee in 2 to 3 weeks. Absolutely, Brent. 100%. Anybody who ever wants to stop by here, we are happy to have you come in here. We will give you the grand tour, show you everything from our R&D to our bottling procedures to shipping, marketing, sales, you name it.
When we designed the building, we put a lobby out front for salespeople to talk, like people that stop in to talk to us. So there's a couple chairs, a coffee pot. Well, then we started getting a lot of people stopping by because we're literally 1 minute off the freeway.
Yeah, we always say if you're ever going through Ohio,
stay around
like
95.
we can see the
151.
interstate.
Yeah,
it's right here.
correct. So we ended up last year. Kyle designed a retail outlet. It's not like a retail outlet, you know, like a great big thing, but we have our T-shirts on display. We have product. We have special prices. They're, you know, really good prices. So you can swing in and buy anything right out front. And then we do take people on tours. If they say, hey, can I see the place? We'll get one of the account executives like Diesel Dawn or Rich or TJ. We'll walk you through the plant. If I'm available, I'll take you through and show you anything you'd like. So absolutely, stop by, anybody.
We encourage it. We love it. It's, and again, it's all fan appreciation is the perfect time to ask that question. So, and I know Brent, you're on here quite a bit. You know, see, he's got a top fan badge. So,
Well, listen,
Brent, please stop by when you're here. And actually, if you said you're going to Plain City, I recommend you go stop by Fire Punk as well.
Yeah, they're in Plain City.
And they'll show you everything too.
If you come by on a Friday, sometimes we're having happy hour after like 3:30. So
Yeah, we might be drinking.
you might come back and have a beer with us at the LSI bar.
All right, so Clayton Ensminger, Dudes Diesel Performance here. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. We are very blessed to be a part of the team. Well, thanks.
We're very blessed to have you. We feel the same way.
Welcome aboard. We love the name of your company, Dudes Diesel.
Dudes Diesel.
That's a good one. So, welcome aboard, Clayton. Thanks for being one of our newest dealers. We look forward to working with you. Michael Elliott says, make it Nast Diesel member and sled pulling lover. Okay, not following you there, but we'll follow up. Jace Bruce, we need to have tower home, toter home, and coach races. That'd be fun.
Total home and coach races.
Yeah. Michael Elliott asks, have heard great things about your diesel products. May give it a try in the sled pulling truck. Absolutely, Michael. We have a lot of sled pullers that use our products, all the way from our racing oils to our fuel additives. So, and now, especially with the new product that just came with the lubricity product, that's really important for your CP3 pumps and your injectors, especially when they're over injectors, to keep them clean from the dry. Even the race fuel we found was 3 times drier than the pump fuel.
Yeah, because you get the cetane rating up, the closer you get to kerosene, the more cetane you get. So they're trying to get more power out of it, which means it's going to be much more dry. Just to start with, try the FR3 additive in the oil. That will give you a 3 to 5% boost in horsepower, and use the lubricity additive. If that's not available where you're at yet, use the EDT at a high dose. That's going to have a lot of lubricity and power on the fuel side. That's under $20, and you'll probably win. I mean, it's that much better.
Yep. So Andrew Barnes, I know Andrew, he's with the BMW community. So can I get a dummy that didn't tune in till late on what the synchro mesh fluid is? I have a BMW that needs a transmission service pretty bad. Simply put, Andrew, we just, in the last month, went from start to finish and just bottled our first synchro mesh fluid. So it's at the last stages of testing. Stay tuned. We'll have a lot more information on it once we get some road testing on it. But yes, it's going to be a manual transmission synchro mesh fluid for
everything we found says that what's out there burns easily and doesn't hold up, and it creates failure. So we've been able to overcome all of those and come up with something that can knock it out of the park. That's the short story. If you want to go back and watch the beginning, Kyle kind of gave us a deep dive on the whole process that they went through.
Not too deep. I don't know too much, but I'm going to give you what I know. So Isaac Feather says, couldn't be more impressed. Running Blue Diamond 15W40 and 2 quarts of Stiction Eliminator in my 03 Cummins, just after 180 miles, I could notice a difference. Need to get me some trans fluid from you guys now and do the same to the trans. Absolutely. Good to hear, Isaac. Thanks for giving us that feedback. USMC Racing, the JLTV is the Joint Light Tactical Vehicle. Okay. That's what he's talking about earlier, because I didn't really know. So speaking of military, we're trying to get into the military stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's another time.
Yeah, we'll fill you in more on that as we go. Well, we do have some testing going on.
We did the math once. If every tank in Desert Storm used EDT, it would have saved like the U.S. government an insane amount of billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know. USMC Racing is going to be here September 27th. I got to remind you about that. I got to tell you about that.
Okay.
Fluid dampers are on there. Fluid damper, if the man behind Fluid Damper is the one that sent me an email today, I will follow up with you today. I know we've been playing phone tag, but we will follow up. So we're all caught up here. We're running late, but that was worth it because it is fan day, and I have to get to the special that we told you guys to stay tuned for, or Levi would kill me. So we know our customers get thrilled over the products, tell their friends, family, so we're grateful for that. So we are going to do a special giveaway, and it starts today, I think at 3:30 p.m. Is that right? So in the next hour is live?
Yeah.
Oh, it's live. So, Chris, give me a hand with this. We are giving away a Yeti. This is, you can enter for a chance to win this, and it is going to be a Yeti cooler. Let's, these things are pretty cool. Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to use these things.
Oh, yeah. Yeti, cash. There's hundreds of dollars here. $250 cash to play with. Let me prop that up.
You know nobody ran this through me.
Stiction Eliminator. Diesel Extreme. Transmission Stiction Eliminator. Of course, some FR3. EDT. Oh, there's some other good stuff. Product guides. Ooh. Koozies. Good old koozies.
Put some pink
Stickers, pens, all that good stuff. So, It is total a $600 value package. You're talking cash. You're talking this awesome Yeti cooler, full line of products from Hot Shot Secret, and you can win it. So it starts right now, and it's going to go for the next 2 weeks. Now, how do you win it? Here's how you win it. You post a picture of your diesel truck or your diesel, and you tag us at Hot Shot Secret. It can be a truck, car, tractor, anything diesel. Tell us why you love your diesel, and it must include the hashtag WinHSS.
Okay.
So I'll repeat. A picture of your diesel, tell us why you love it, and it must include the hashtag WinHSS.
So do they have to be in the picture with the diesel or just the diesel?
Just as your
Or
diesel. So
just the diesel. So if you just want to take a picture of your truck,
yep.
your boat, your tractor,
Yep.
your RV.
Doesn't have to have our products in it, doesn't have to have anything. We want to know what you're proud about.
Why do you love your diesel? Tell us why you love the diesel. Give us a picture of the diesel and hashtag WinHSS for Hot Shot Secret, and you could win a Yeti cooler and this bundle of goodies with cash.
Cash too. Cash is good.
This is kind of exciting. We have never done anything like this. So
Did you know about this?
no, I didn't know about this. You guys are scaring me, man. It's like, see, sometimes it's good that things go on behind my back. Sometimes I'm not so sure. Right now, I'm second guessing this philosophy.
So
Okay.
again, it starts right now. You can Levi, is there a place that has like the rules and everything I do, or we post on Facebook and our website somewhere? Okay, so remember, picture of your diesel. We don't care if it's a tractor, if it's one of these BMW diesels, you name it. If it's a diesel vehicle, we want you to post it and tell us why you love it, and then put that hashtag WinHSS. You put it out there, and the winner is going to be announced live on our Facebook show in 2 weeks, Thursday the 22nd. That's
Just
3
2
weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks.
All right. In 3 weeks. So this isn't like 6 months down the road. 3 weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry. It ends in 2 weeks. It ends on the 15th. Between now and the 15th, we're going to announce the winner in 3 weeks.
Okay.
So let's clear that up. Starts now until August 15th, and then we're going to announce the winner on the 22nd.
Okay. This is a good deal.
This is a heck of a good deal.
Get us a picture of your diesel. Tell us why you love it, and hit the hashtag
WinHSS.
WinHSS, and hopefully you'll be the winner in 2 weeks. It
Awesome.
can be announced in 3. We have some customer testimonials, but we're an hour and 10 into it, so we're going to wait until next week.
Absolutely.
Then
But thanks to all our customers out there. Again, that's
Yes.
what it's our 50th show. It's all about you guys. So we appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. Keep the, like we said, going back to the innovation award that we got, keep us innovating. So keep bringing your problems to us. We'll keep bringing solutions to those, and we'll just keep this machine rolling.
I love it. And we love you guys. Thank you again for everything you're doing, and hopefully you'll enter, and we'll make this customer appreciation thing a big deal.
Yep.
All right.
Till next
thank-
week.
We'll talk to you next week. Thank you.